Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiffany Hogan Alvarez. Thank you so much for joining us for our first community broadcast of 2021. We're very excited to spend 30 minutes of our afternoon with you and share some really exciting and important updates with you. With that, I'm going to share a link to our next community broadcast scheduled for February 16th and pass it off to Mark so we can get started.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. Really appreciate that. I am proud to say I had computer problems and Zoom didn't work, so I'm on my iPad today. Hopefully everybody can hear me and see me. Well, welcome everybody. We are really excited to have you with us for our first broadcast of 2021. Happy New Year. Many of you joined us throughout these 9 months we've been doing these, I guess, in 2020. And it's just a great opportunity for us to connect with the community and give you a sense of what's going on at Chrysalis and with our clients and our perspective on the world. So we really appreciate you joining us. This afternoon, we are really fortunate to have some folks that can speak directly to what's going on in the Chrysalis world, because they are people that participate in our program, some of our staff and also some of our clients that have found success through Chrysalis in this really difficult time. So we're excited to have them join us in just a few minutes. But before we get that, as has been our tradition, I just want to give you some key metrics and performance information on what we've been up to in 2020, the year that just closed. And although our books aren't 100% closed, we are proud to report on a number of key metrics. One of the things that all of us are really proud of is that we have distributed over $925,000 directly to clients since the beginning of the pandemic in the form of rent supports, food supports, transportation, scholarships, any number of other direct supports. But that money was raised directly from many of you on this call, from the community that understood that we needed to meet clients where they are. And in many cases, while we want to get to a job, we need to make sure that they can stay stably housed first, and that means helping them pay their rent. So thank you for those of you in the audience that have helped contribute to our COVID-19 relief fund. We also helped over 1,600 clients secure employment last year, which may seem a little bit surprising because a lot of us would think there aren't a lot of jobs out there, but actually there are. And my team has been very resourceful in uncovering every opportunity possible and making connections with our clients. So we're proud that we were able to help over 1,600 people. And in the process of doing that, we served 2,000 new clients just since COVID began, which meant that we were able to help them virtually through technology, video, email, phone, text. However we could figure out to meet the client where they are, we did it. And that was over 2,000 new clients last year. And then our social enterprises have really been staying busy. In November and December, on a weekly basis, we had about 675 clients that were getting paychecks from us. And throughout the span of all of last year, about 1,500 of our clients worked for us at one point or another. So we're really proud that we were able to provide those employment opportunities for those clients. In 2021, our focus is going to be meeting the need and also responding to what we know is a rapidly changing public health and safety landscape and a changing economic landscape. We could not do that work without many of you on this call that serve as volunteers, that are financial supporters of ours, that are champions of our work in the community. So again, thank you for being there for us and really being there for our clients, which is what it's all about. Which means, what am I talking for? I shouldn't be talking. Let's hear from the people that actually do the work every day. And I am delighted to ask Mina to join us to lead us in the next segment of our program.
Welcome, I am Mina Carrion, and I am a program manager at Chrysalis. I'm glad to welcome many Chrysalis clients and staff members here this afternoon. As everyone gets their videos turned on, I am glad to introduce Kelly and Michael. One of the special things that we do at Chrysalis is ring the success bell. It's super exciting to have this actually happen in our offices. It's one of my favorite things, if not the most favorite. When any Chrysalis client gets a job, everything will literally stop in our offices. All of staff, volunteers, and clients come into the office lobbies and take a moment to celebrate this one person's journey and success. So we want to do that right now because we have someone here who we can't do this in person with, but we can certainly try to make this happen virtually. So Michael, could you please ring the bell for Kelly?
Yes, I can. Hi, Kelly. You're on mute. You have to mute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Oh, great. So first of all, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Would you please be so kind as to share with us about your new job, what it is that you do, and also share any words of advice you have for everyone looking for employment, as well as navigating life during the pandemic.
Okay, first I want to say thank you. It's an honor for get you to ring the bell for me. I am a assistant property manager for SRO Housing Corporation. I run a Yankee, which is located down here, downtown Skid Row on 7th and San Julian. I have 80 units, which seems like a lot, but it's really not. I love my job. My tenants are older, so I really don't have no problem with them. They like my aunts and uncles, so it's exciting. For the Chrysalis clients, I always say, don't give up. Because there's going to be bumps in the road. You're going to get discouraged, and stuff is going to come, but that's meant to come, and that's only just to build you up, build strength in you, and build I can't think of the word I want to say, but I just want to say, don't give up. Just don't give up, and lean on your employment specialist, because that's what they're there for. I know I did, and I linked on you. I linked on everybody that was there. And if it, wasn't for you guys, for Chrysalis and all the people that are there, really makes a big difference in everyone's life.
Well, Kelly, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Once again, congratulations, and we wish you much success.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Kelly, for sharing the moment with us. As Mark noted earlier, you are actually one of more than 1,600 Chrysalis clients who secured employment in 2020. But we know there's a lot of work that you did behind the scenes before this bell ringing. Thank you in advance for helping bright a light on what someone's journey may look like by sharing some of your experiences.
Thank you.
We're also joined by my colleagues, Alejandra and Michael. So before we start, would both of you introduce yourself by name, pronouns, and your title, or a little bit about what you do at Chrysalis?
Hi everyone, my name is Alejandra, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And my role with Chrysalis is I'm an employment specialist. I'm located at the San Fernando Valley office. And so a little bit about my role. So my role is really to work and collaborate with the client one-on-one and really provide support through their journey by offering resources and just really being a support system for them throughout their journey to find work.
Hello, my name is Michael Holmes. My pronouns are he, him, and his. My job title is Client Support and Operations Coordinator. To sum up what I do, it's some of everything. I'm first contact for the clients that come downtown. My task can be anything from making copies, faxing documents for clients, assisting clients with transportation, distributing mail, gift cards, ensuring that our clients can make contact with their employment specialists if they are having issues. Some clients don't have phones, so I'll send an email or a message letting them know that their clients are trying to seek them. Numerous things, a lot of things, pretty much whatever the client needs and is within our realm to help. That's what I do.
Thank you, Alejandra and Michael. I do want to direct my first question to Alejandra. What are you finding are the most immediate needs that clients are asking for during your one-on-one check-ins and assessments during this pandemic right now? Or what are community members reaching out to you about?
Yeah, thank you. So some of the direct immediate needs that I'm getting in my one-on-one check-ins with clients, the first thing I want to mention is the need for a support network. A lot of our clients, are really facing some challenging times with the pandemic, and just finding work alone can be a really difficult and challenging process. So I think that one need of having a point of contact, someone to support them throughout the journey, definitely is an immediate need. And then the other thing are resources. So getting clients connected with community resources like food pantries, helping them with their rental assistance, and then other resources are transportation needs. And like how Mark mentioned in the beginning, since the start of the pandemic, Chrysalis has definitely done really great things. And one of them has been to distribute over $925,000 in just direct financial aid needs for our clients. That's covering their rent, that's covering utility bills, groceries, transportations, things that maybe we didn't have before.
Thank you, Alejandra. Michael, as someone who is in the downtown office every single day, what immediate needs are clients communicating with you?
Well, as a staff member that's in the downtown office, I see a lot of the same things that Alejandra mentioned. Most of the things that are pretty important to clients is contact with their employment specialist and ensuring that they can make that, as well as issuing items that are sent to them from their employment specialist, be it a resume, updated resume, documents for a new birth certificate or other pertinent information that's needed to gain employment. Things like mail service that we have here is really, really important to our clients, and utilizing the mail service that we have at our center addresses is a really big deal for clients, and it gives them a safe place to receive mail. A lot of the mail that they get to that is really important at this time: stimulus checks, EDD mail, personal mail from family, as well as mail from employers. As far as our stimulus checks, what are really big within the last 2 weeks, we have formulated a tracking sheet in which, once the checks come in, I enter the names of the clients that have received mail from stimulus from IRS. The employment specialist checks the tracking sheet daily, and they make contact to the client and set up a day and time for the client to come to the office and pick up their mail. We do this for safety reasons and in order so they can stay safe and practice social distancing and not have to come out if they don't need to. The other aspect of what I see is a lot of clients come for time cards, to drop off time cards, to pick up time cards, in which we help and we distribute. Chrysalis employs over 500 people each week on transitional jobs, so there's a lot of time card transacting. We help clients in every area at all times.
Amazing. So Kelly, how have you seen people impacted by the pandemic? Have people who are in your building been able to continue working and stay safe?
Actually, yes. Gratefully, they are real grateful that they're able to go to work. Some people, some of my tenants though, have had some obstacles, like not being able to pay rent because they have gotten their hours shortened as well. So, I mean, it kind of balance, it's kind of balanced. And then with that, I'm able to go in and reach out to resources that we have to be able to make up the difference for their missing rent. But mostly, I haven't seen any impact as far as my tenants. I have, though, my sister was in a car accident, and not being able to visit is kind of, it's rough, it's strainful. But we do have Zoom visits, and we do have door visits. So it just depends on your situation. I think everybody feels it in some kind of shape or form. But for the most part, I just think that sometimes you just got to take a step back and breathe for a minute, and just kind of figure this thing out. And grateful to Chrysalis, because you guys have all these resources to help an individual with whatever they might be going
Thank you.
through.
Alejandra, what has been one of the greatest challenges that you have seen people impacted by because of COVID?
So one of the greatest challenges that I'm currently experiencing with clients because of COVID are those clients that are currently in shared housing or staying at community shelters. Sometimes living in these group settings, there's a lot of requirements in terms of having to adhere to strict, quarantine requirements due to people coming or testing positive with COVID. And so navigating those conversations have definitely been something that, us as employment specialists, we're here to support our clients with. They're difficult conversations to have because, people, they're having to choose between do I go to work or do I, stay at home or, in quarantine. So definitely just kind of being that support and letting them know of our resources and just, hearing them out is kind of a way that we can help them and support them. But that's one of the biggest challenges that I've seen.
Thank you. Kelly and Michael, same question to you. What has been one of the greatest challenges that you have seen people impacted by because of COVID-19?
Me? Oh, okay. One of the I've had a couple of people who have tested positive in the building, and they're pretty much scared. They call me on the phone, pretty much scared, not sure what to do, where to go. And we do have resources as well, as our human resources always let us know where we can send tenants or where we can go actually to get tested as well. But the biggest, I want to just say the real biggest thing is just my tenants just are afraid. Like I said, I had a couple of people test positive in the building, but they've been just they're okay now, but just being afraid of testing positive for COVID because they are older and majority have underlying conditions. So they're really don't get next to me, or sometimes I have to remind them hey, put on your mask, but they're just really afraid of the COVID itself because of health conditions.
Okay, I think some of the greatest challenges that our clients are facing right now would be technology, not having access to computers. The clients that do come by the office really miss the in-person services or the access to computers that we were able to provide during in-person services. Trying to explain a way for them to try to teach them how to use their phones and get as much out of it as they can, as well as a lot of clients don't have phones. So when we were able and are able to purchase some clients' phones, you need a phone to get to work. Everything we do now is virtually. Their intake, assessments, orientation is all through the phone. A lot of people come, they want to work, they're eager to work, but they don't have a phone. So we go out of our way to get them signed up. It's pretty much the only way they can sign up. I would say technology is the hardest thing for them to deal with because it's so important right now during the pandemic. Not only that, we were able to utilize individuals that do or are able to receive CalFresh or have the opportunity to get a free telephone, but you have to have a CalFresh card to sign up. So we teach them how to go about gaining that information and get a new phone. The other thing is those that don't have access to computers, we do have a pilot program now where we've been able to buy laptop computers for clients as well as Wi-Fi hotspots, which has been extremely helpful for clients. With the libraries being closed, all public things being closed, other centers being closed, no Starbucks, nowhere else to go for free Wi-Fi, the hotspots and the laptops are really coming in handy. It helps them sign up for jobs, send their resumes, and do other things as well. I think the bottom line for us is that they're able to gain employment. So just being able to provide those things, they're really helpful. They appreciate all of the technology that they can get. Once they get it, they're eager, come up, sign for work, and it's really happy to see smiles on their faces when I do and are able to hand them a computer or a hotspot or a new phone. It actually changes their lives. Mina.
Thank you. For my Chrysalis colleagues, how has work changed for you since the start of the pandemic?
Okay, for me, my job has changed tremendously. My day is multitasking all day. With the pandemic being the way it is and as hard as it is, a lot of clients, for instance, today I had 2 clients that were released and had lost everything. I had to generate a ID voucher for DMV. We provide no cost ID vouchers. I had to go in the system. Their files have been closed, update their information, fill out a ID voucher for them and provide them with transportation to DMV. The other things that comes up are a variety of things, be it mail and other things. It's a wider range of things. The employment specialist will contact me and ask me to print things, do things for clients. It's some of everything. It amazes me at how much the little things mean so much now for our clients. But when they come to the door, a lot of them are really patient and just able to coordinate everything, print the documents out, make sure the resumes are updated, make sure the documents are ready for them. Explain to them how to go about it, give them directions and teach them or explain to them how to go about getting where they need to go. And it's a constant thing coming up. We have onboarding for our roads program, onboarding for our works program. Out of the 4 doors that we have at our center, 3 doors are utilized for a day like today on Tuesdays. There's onboarding going on 2, and I'm doing mail out of 1. It's just a lot of work. I'm fielding a lot of questions. A lot of people are just coming up that don't have any information about this center and explain to them how to sign up and what it requires to get signed up for the program. It's a lot, but we love what we do. And the bottom line is to see that our clients can gain employment and become self-sufficient. So it's worth every bit of it. Mina?
Alejandra, same question to you. How has your overall day changed?
Yeah, so my overall day has definitely changed. It looks a lot different from transitioning from, providing services in person to, doing them remotely for our clients. But I think overall, one of the areas that I really want to highlight is the accessibility that clients now have to their employment specialists. As an employment specialist, the one thing that clients want is to be in communication with them. And so integrating this whole new text messaging, feature to working remotely has definitely been able to, help clients feel more supported throughout the entire process, knowing that they're just, we're a text away to be able to get them scheduled for their next class or for their resume. I think it really just helps them feel that support that I mentioned in the beginning that they're really kind of looking for.
Thank you.
Oops, sorry, I was muted. Second time I've done that today, darn it. We're almost out of time here, but I really want to thank Kelly and Ale and Michael and Mina for sharing with us today, and particularly for Ale and Michael and Mina for doing everything you're doing on the team. It just means so much to me and to all of us in the community, what you're doing every day. We did have some questions that came in from folks in the audience, and I want to try to get to them quickly because we just got a couple of minutes. One of the questions was, what is the most surprising thing about this in terms of COVID and our adjustment and how we've had to reallocate resources? And I'll say as the guy at the top of the pyramid, I think for me, it's how long this has been, right? When we first heard about this, we made the immediate plan mid-March to close, and we thought, okay, a couple weeks, few weeks, month, maybe 2 months. Well, it's been, it'll be a year before we know it. And I don't think any of us could have really predicted that. And that has set off a cascade of many of the things you heard about this afternoon in terms of how our team has had to adjust to how we case manage, how we have to adjust to processing mail and everything else. Everything has changed. And we've learned a lot through that process, but I think we can hardly wait to getting back to that beautiful office that Mina is standing in front of right now. Let's see, one of the other questions was about volunteers and how we're utilizing volunteers. And in fact, we're making pretty broad use of volunteers. Mina, do you want to talk about that for a second?
Could you repeat your question again, Mark? Sorry about that.
Yeah, just how we're engaging volunteers, where we're plugging them in to help us deal with all of this.
Of course. So we definitely utilize our volunteers in our resumes and practice interview portions. So resumes and practice interviews are so important for clients, right? You can't really get a job without a resume. You can't be successful in an interview without having a practice interview first. This is where we utilize our volunteers. You guys help all of our clients, more than 1,600, of course, be successful in those first steps of applying to a job. So definitely we appreciate our volunteers for all of the time and effort that they put into our clients.
Yeah, thanks, Mina. If you're interested in getting engaged with us as a volunteer, you can go to our website, changelives.org, and there's a tab for volunteers, and you can learn more about what the volunteer program looks like. And there's actually a expression of interest form there that you can complete, and somebody on our team will circle back to you. And I know that Tiffany has put into the chat another link. She put our volunteer link. Look at that. She's reading my mind. She put the volunteer link there, but also some information about our next community broadcast coming up on February 16th, which we hope you will all be joining us for. But it's 3:30. We like to start on time and end on time. So I want to thank everybody again, our panelists for joining us today, and for all of you in the audience for being Chrysalis champions. Thanks very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk with you next time. Bye, everybody.